is 4 to the negative 2 equals what? Let's turn off that. Okay, 4 to the negative 2. So we can see that is going to have a negative index like that down there. So we're going to do 1 on 4 squared. Now 4 squared just means 4 times 4. 4 squared equals that. 4 cubed equals 4 times 4 times 4. 4 to the 4 equals 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. So you see the pattern. However many times you see this, that is just how many times you put that number there down. And you just chuck a times in the middle. So this here is just going to be 1 on 4 times 4 is equal to 1 on 16. There we go. That there is our first question. Now, next question. We're going to go 4 squared raised to the 3. You can pause the video and see if you can figure it out. So now let's work through it. So because this is the m times n1, we're going to do 4 to the power of 2 times 3 is equal to 4 to the power of 6. And we can just put that into our calculator. And that is 4,096. Now we can actually check this because if we bring this down here, we should be able to do 4 squared, which is 16. So we'll do 16 to the power of 3. If we put that into our calculator, that is also 4096. So there we go. Now we have to remember when we do ones like this, the A needs to be the same for both of them. So let's try one. We're going to do 5 to the 5 squared times 5 to the 4 equals what? So let's look at this. So now because there's a times in the middle, we're going to do 5 to the 2 plus 4, or 5 to the 6, or if we put that into our calculator, it's going to equal 15,625. There we go. Now, let's try another one with a little bit more algebra. So, let's do y to the 11 on y to the 5. So, this here is actually going to be the same as the dividing one because we have our fraction bar, so we can just write that as y to the 11 divided by y to the 5. And that's going to equal y to the 11 minus 5 is equal to y to the 6. There we go. That's good. Now let's do x to the 6 divided by x to the 7 on x squared. So because there's a divide there, we can write the top as x to the m minus n, so 6 minus 7 on x squared, which we can then write as x to the 1 on x squared, and then we have our divide again, so we can write that as x to the 1 x to the 1 divided by x squared is x to the 1 minus 2 is equal to x to the negative 1. Now that looks like that one, so now we can just write that as 1 on x. There we go. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, here is another one. So we got w to the 6 times w to the 7 on w cubed. So we can write the top as w to the 6 plus 7, and it's still over w cubed. So that's going to be w to the 13 divided by w cubed, which now we can write in like it's a division one like this. We can write it like that. So we can go w to the 13 minus w to the 3 equals w to the 13 minus 3 equals w to the 10. There we go. Now let's try this one. Okay, so we can use this one here to solve this. So we're going to have 4a to the 3 over b to the 4 to the 3, which is equal to, and now we're going to have to bring in another one of our laws. We're going to have to bring in this one here. And we're going to use this one as well. So we're going to use this one here for the top. So this will be 4 to the 3 times a to the 3 divided by b to the 4 times 3 is equal to, so 4 to the 3, let's put that into our calculator. So it's going to be 64a cubed divided by b to the 12. There we go. Not too bad. Okay, now let's try this. 7a to the 5 b all squared. That's going to be 14 a to the 5 times 2 b to the 2, because we move this 2 onto all of these algebraic terms or numbers. So we can expand it like this. This will be 14 a to the 10 b squared. Easy. Okay, let's try this. I'm just going to point out which our index laws we're going to use, and then you can pause the video and try and solve it, and then I'm going to solve it. Okay, there's the question. Now you're going to need to use this one. You're going to need to use this one. And I think that's it. Oh, and this one. Okay, I'm solving it now. So this will be 2 to the 3 times m to the 7 times 3 all over m to the 4. So 2 to the 3 is 8, so 8 times m to the 21 over m to the 4. Now, we can use our division one now. We can go 8m to the 21 divided by m to the 4 equals 8m to the 21 minus 4 is equal to 8m to the 17. We don't need those brackets there. I'll make that a little nicer. There we go. There's that one. So, now we're going to do if x is equal to 2 on 3, y is equal to 1 on 9. Find the value of x cubed y squared on x y to the 5. So, let's work it out. Instead of just putting the numbers in right now, we're going to try and simplify it as much as we can, and then we will put in the numbers. So this will be x cubed y squared divided by x y to the 5. That'll equal x to the 3 minus 1, because when there's no index there, there's a 1, and we just don't write it there, just for simplicity's sake. 3 minus 1, and then y to the 2 minus 5, which is equal to x squared y to the negative 3. Or x squared on y cubed. Because we take this, and that's x squared times 1 on y cubed, because of this one here. And then we just put that x squared up the top, because we can times it up there. So that's what it equals, and then we're going to do 2 on 3 squared divided by 1 on 9 cubed. That will be equal to 4 on 9, because we're going to move that square into there, over 1 on 9 cubed. And it's 1 cubed on the top, but because it's 1 and 1 cubed is just equal to 1, we're just going to leave it like that. So now when we're doing it like this, we flip the bottom one, so we get 4 on 9 times 9 cubed on 1. So now we can cancel. We can cancel one of these to make it a 2. Cancel that, so we're going to get 4 times 81 on 1, or just 4 times 81 equals 324. There you go. So I hope through that you've hopefully gotten a little bit of an insight into how the index laws work. If you want, you guys can screenshot them, put them on your wall, put them on the door behind your toilet,